I'm Batman.
Easy, miss. I've got you.
You've got me? Who's got you?
Mr. McGee, don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
I'm a doctor. But probably not the one you expect.
I'm Captain Kirk.
Welcome everyone to this Geek This Week video, and this is my Pensacon 2020 review. We're just 1 week after Pensacon 2020, and wow, what a Pensacon. This was awesome. Had a great time. Was there all 3 days. I didn't record as many panels as I normally do because logistics issues, dealing with trying to get autographs and photo ops threw things out of whack. So, but overall had a great time. Got to meet everybody that I wanted, got the autographs of everybody I wanted. So that was awesome. And I'm going to talk about the whole 3-day event and just go over my what my experience was for Pensacon 2020. So let's just start off. I didn't go Thursday night to pick up my VIP pass. I waited until Friday morning. I drove in from Panama City to Pensacola, which is about 2.5 hour drive, to pick up my VIP pass. And from what I heard, it was a logistics nightmare that Thursday night trying to get the VIP / 3-day passes. So I don't know the full story on that. I just know it was a nightmare, and a lot of people were very upset about it. But from what I heard, talking to some people, they said that the Pensacon staff made it right. So I don't know the full story on that. I will say that getting my VIP pass this year was much easier than it was in 2019. Much easier. Also, the VIPs got onto the vendor's floor exactly when they were supposed to get on the vendor's floor. I remember last year, I think it was, I want to say it was either the Friday or Saturday. We were supposed to be on the, no, it was the Friday. We were supposed to be on the vendor's floor at 12:30. They didn't let us in until 1. That's how bad it was last year. But there was a lot of other things going on last year that added to that. So it was not the Pensacon staff's fault on that one. But this year it was a lot smoother getting in. I was able to hit the vendor's floor, take a look, get a good look around. Went up to the second floor because if you've never been to the base center, I'll throw a picture up there so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. There's 3 floors to the base center, and the second floor to get to the west wing is what sets to the parking lot. So when you go up to the second floor, you're on the west wing, and you have to go through this tunnel to get to the east wing. And the tunnel ceiling is slanted. So if you're a tall person like I am, you have to tilt, and it really hurts your neck, especially if you have to go down that thing multiple times. So I tried to get all my autographs on that side of the building knocked out as fast as I could. So the first autographs I procured were Michael Gray and John Davie. Michael Gray played Billy Batson, while John Davie played Captain Marvel in the 1970s TV Flash series. Yes, kids, there was an actual live-action Shazam TV series way before the movie. So it was kind of cool getting to meet them. I didn't even know that you could get your photo with both of them at the table. I was thinking like, oh, I'm going to have to do a professional photo op, which I paid for. So I wound up getting my picture twice with them. So the one that I was really looking forward to, and I wanted to make absolutely sure that he was at his table before I went through the whole procedure of putting the costume on was Paul Mcgann, the 8th Doctor. As he famously said in the mini episode Night of the Doctor, I'm a doctor, but probably not the one you expected. But I was expecting him, and I was glad he was there at his table. So I went back down to my car. I put my 8th Doctor costume on. Fortunately, this thing, I had lost some significant weight to the point where the pants fit over my blue jeans. So I put the costume on over my blue jeans, got it on, got back upstairs, and got my autograph and picture with Paul Mcgann at his table. Paul Mcgann, really cool person, really nice, really personable. I was very impressed with the coat, as you can see here in the picture. That coat was handmade by my wife. What it was is I ordered that costume online. Be very careful when you order costumes, especially if they're coming from China. You better make sure that you specify the colors, because when I got the costume in the mail, the coat was black, not green, not velvet green. So it was like livid, and they would not fix it. They refused to fix it. My wife finally said, screw it, I'll make it. And she went to Joann's Fabrics. We got the steampunk coat pattern, and she made that. And I think in order to get the kind of green that I was looking for, we had to use like some kind of drape material. And 70 degrees, 60 degree weather, that thing is miserable to be in. Now, if you're talking 40 degrees, that thing is comfortable as all get out. But Paul Mcgann was very impressed with that coat. He was super impressed, and it just I told my wife, and she appreciated that. So, and here's the other thing. I was originally going to do a professional photo op for Paul Mcgann, wearing my 8th Doctor costume, but all the times that they had the professional photo ops conflicted with panels I wanted to do. So I was like, okay, I'll just do the table op. Well, come to find out, and this is my only going, and I'll get into it here in a little bit about the company who was doing the professional photo ops. But my only gripe is it wasn't specified on there that the TARDIS would be in the background for professional photo ops with Paul Mcgann. If I had known that, I would have done the professional photo op. I would have blown off another panel in order to do that. Sorry, but besides the point. I got to meet Paul Mcgann. He was the doctor I've been waiting to get to meet, and I did get to meet him, which means I have the autographs of all the surviving classic doctors, excluding Tom Baker, who does not do international conventions anymore. He actually, I think he only does very rare sign-ins in the UK. So I've heard that that you can get his autograph through his online store, and I'm going to see if I can go that route to get his autograph. But as it stands, I do have the autographs of the 4 surviving classic doctors who do U.S. conventions. So that was pretty cool. So moving on down the line, I went back over, and now just so I can explain. John Davie, Michael Gray, Paul Mcgann were all over on the east wing of the second floor, and then some of the other celebrities were on the west wing. So I had gone back over to the west wing, and I had gotten David Naughton's autograph. In case you didn't know, he was the star of the John Landis movie American Werewolf in London. But in the 70s, if you were a kid or a teenager in the 70s, you would know him as, I'm a pepper, she's a pepper, wouldn't you like to be a pepper too, Dr. Pepper? Yeah, he did that little jingle commercial. He also did this wonderful Disney movie called Midnight Madness. Freaking awesome cult classic movie. If you hadn't seen it, you gotta try to find it. It is hilarious. It's family friendly. It's not vulgar humor or anything. It's wonderful to watch, and it actually also stars a young Michael J. Fox. So And I talked to him about that, and such, and had a good brief conversation with him. Next, I went back over to the East Wing, and I got the autograph of Katie Manning. She played Jo Grant. She, the Third Doctor's companion during John Pertwee's years as the Doctor. And I had a long, good conversation with her. Katie Manning, oh, she is so super friendly. She's a hugger, I will say that, but she's so friendly, and we just chatted and chatted. It was really wonderful chatting with her. Yeah, it was a blast. I really enjoyed it, and I have to say that the panel she did along with Paul Mcgann and Lisa Boldman was fun, which I did attend that panel. So I went back over to the West Wing and was in line to get autographed with Alex Kingston. And now this is my only minor gripe with Pensacon staff, is that VIPs were supposed to be first in line, and I had like 3 or 4 weekend pass people in front of me, and I'm standing there. I'm getting a little irritated, but I'm not saying anything, because I'm not one that will super rock the boat unless I'm just super pissed off. And it just got I got up there, so I'm supposed to be the next in line to get autograph, and they're like, oh, Alex Kingston has to go for a professional photo op, and they're talking, she'll be back in 30 minutes. I'm like, oh, all right. They're like, oh, we'll guarantee you'll be the first. I'm like, all right, fine. So I went back over to the East Wing to get Weird Al Yankovic's autograph. And it was a similar thing going on over there about the VIPs not getting first, but it wasn't nearly as long wait. I'd say it was about 10 minutes, which was not bad. I was fine with that. I got my autograph and picture with a Weird Al, cool guy. They specifically told you no handshakes, just fist bumps and elbow bumps, which I can understand, considering all things, everybody is freaking out about the coronavirus and such. So I was cool with that. It was, I mean, just a fist bump Weird Al is cool. You know, it's like getting the fist bump William Shatner. That's, I mean, come on. So, and as you can see in this picture, I got my new duck, if you get the reference. So after that, I went back over to the West Wing and got in line and was still waiting. I'd say I probably waited another 40 minutes. But finally, Alex Kingston got back. I was the first. I chatted with her for a few minutes, told her I was listening to the Diaries of River Song. I had just gotten done listening to the story, An Unearthly Woman, and she was telling me about how she just got done doing a recording with John Barrowman, aka Captain Jack Harkins, and that was really fun chatting with her. I told her that my favorite River Song story was The Husbands of River Song, and I just loved her chemistry there with Peter Capaldi. She talked about how wonderful it was working with Peter Capaldi. Really sweet person. I just really enjoy her. She's very entertaining, and to me, this is my second favorite photo that I got with the celebrity, next to Paul Mcgann. Paul McGann's number one, but Alex Kingston's right up there with him. So my next photo op was on the West Wing, and that was with with DDP himself, Diamond Dallas Page, who was supposed to be at Pensacon in 2019, but had to cancel due to illness. But he came back this year, and that was awesome that he came. As you can see there, I had the WCW Championship belt. He had that with him, and everybody was posing with him when they took a photo op there at his table, which was cool. Chatted with him for a while about his overall career, and that was fun. So I went back over to the West Wing, East Wing, and I got Lisa Boulderman's autograph. In case you didn't know, she's done a lot of Doctor Who audio dramas. Probably what she's most famous for doing in Doctor Who audio dramas is doing the voice of Bernie Summerfield. She is in the audio dramas and novels. She was companion of the 7th and 8th Doctor. Really wonderful chatting with her. She also had a role in the final Doctor Who serial in the classic era survival. In case you didn't know that. So that was pretty much it for that day, getting autographs and pictures with celebrities. I went down to the Pensacon Little Theater for the DDP, Diamond Dallas Page panel, which I recorded that. When I post that, there will be warnings up because he did drop not one, he dropped several F-bombs. So have to put a warning up on that because YouTube is really getting strict about things, and I'm not one to want to rock the boat, so to speak. So after the Diamond Dallas Page panel, I went back to the Grand Hotel. Because that's where they were doing a lot of like trivia contests and stuff. And I went to this one called Last Nerd Standing. The concept of the contest is that you would stand up, they would put something up on the screen, and when they said, after they said 3, you shouted out the answer. If you were right, you kept standing until there was only one person left standing, and they did this in rounds. Well, of course, nobody in the back could see the screen, so they said, all right, just sit down, raise your hand. They did it that way. I wound up winning 3 rounds, and I won 3 different prizes. The first prize I got, which was pretty much choosing, I took the Jay and Silent Bob reboot DVD. And then after that, the next 2 rounds I won, I basically chose 2 different Walking Dead graphic novels. So I was in the finals due to just winning 3 rounds, but and the way they were doing this was elimination style. Basically, they picked the category, and which the category was secret identities. Basically, they said the civilian name. You had to give the superhero or villain name. And there was one girl, they went to her and they said Dick Grayson, and she just immediately said Batman. They were going to eliminate her. We're like, no, he was Batman. So he took over the role, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he took over the role of Batman when Bruce Wayne was believed to be killed by Darkseid, and Damian Wayne became Dick Grayson's Robin. So anyway, it basically came down to me and this one girl, and they go to the girl, and the guy says, Boston Brand. She's just deer in the headlights look. And they count her down, so they come to me. So if I get it right, I win. If they don't, they're going to keep going until we get a winner. Well, of course, they point at me, Boston Brand, and I'm like immediately, Dead Man, so I win the grand prize, which was this bit, a decent size vinyl. It's not a pop figure, but it's close to it. It's a Disney Magnificent figure, and what they said is that this thing was at the convention that it was sold at. It was exclusive, and there was only 1,011 of them sold. I don't know the exact convention that was at. I'm assuming possibly the Hollywood. I'm assuming maybe San Diego Comic-Con. I'm not exactly sure. But I was like, wow, a grand prize. That was awesome. So that was pretty much that night, Friday of Pensacon. So Saturday, I got there, Bay Center, and I went up to get Nick Zano, and at 10 o'clock to get Nick Zano and Matt Ryan's autographs, because they were. I don't ever remember it saying that they were only going to be there Saturday or Sunday, but some logistics reasons they couldn't make it Friday. So, and that was the other thing that threw things out of whack, because I had a photo op with them on Friday, and because of them not being there Friday, I had to take the Saturday photo op, so I had to blow off a panel there. I was going to do the Gangrel panel, and I had to blow that off because that photo op. And you know, you don't get your money back when you pay for these photo ops. You do not get your money back unless there's cancellation. In my case, I did get a refund because Henry Simmons and Natalia Corval Buckley canceled from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Yo-Yo, and Mac and Yo-Yo, respectively. And it's because of their cancellation, the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. do photo op got canceled, and that cleared. So anyway, their panel was originally scheduled at 11. And I had planned on attending that, and then they moved the Ewoks panel up to that. So I was going to go and do the Ewoks panel, but because I was trying to finish up autographs and such, I didn't get. By the time I got the autographs finished up, it was like 11:15, and there was no way to get down there to the Pensacon Little Theater in time. But I got Nick Zano and Matt Ryan's autographs. Both of them awesome. They were really friendly. Both of them really super friendly. Matt Ryan and I chatted for a good 3 or 4 minutes, and so did Nick Zano and I. And I just really enjoyed my conversations with them, and got a lot of neat information during their panel too. So, next I had gotten. Finally gotten Booker T's autograph, the 5-time WCW champion. Talked to him about about his 4th WCW title win, which was, in case you guys didn't know, wrestling fans, that was at Club La Vila / Spinnaker, Pamalse Beach, Florida. Telling him how the location is closed now. They, to the best of my knowledge, they haven't reopened since Hurricane Michael. A lot of people don't even know that we got hit by a Cat 5 hurricane. But we're recovering. We're getting there. Fortunately, I was very blessed. I was super blessed. My house hardly took any damage. Just super blessed is all I can say. So then I got Billy Zane's autograph, in which I was surprised that his one of his favorite roles is the movie I love him in, The Phantom, and he just talked about how he enjoyed doing that movie, and I really enjoyed him in that movie, and I love that movie. Okay, so next you got the autograph of William Kent. In case you didn't know, he played Ralph Hinckley, a.k.a. the Greatest American Hero in the TV series, The Greatest American Hero. And I was talking to him about how I enjoyed the show and how I owned all 3 seasons on DVD. And he was just, amazed that, people own that and enjoy, the series. Very impressionable, really nice guy. And so I really enjoyed it. Now, I was a little disappointed his panel got canceled. I don't know the exact reason why his panel got canceled, but I think he had to leave early that Sunday. So his panel was scheduled at 4 on Sunday at the Sagert Theater in the meeting room, but the panel got canceled. So I did the Titanic panel instead. And for the final autograph that I needed, I got Gangrel's autograph, which that was cool, getting his autograph. I really enjoyed that. So anyway, so after I got all my autographs, because I had time, because I did not want to do, there wasn't any panels that I wanted to do until I think 1:30, I think. Yeah, Saturday was like just, 1:30. Which I was, super hungry at that point. So I went to the Tin Cow and got something to eat. That's a really nice place. The other panels that were going on were Strange Brew and Travis McGlory panels, and I wasn't interested in those. Oh, I'm sorry. got a little runny nose. I don't have the coronavirus, by the way, so just kind of kill that real quick. Don't have it. Oh, that's better. Got something to drink. So after getting done eating at the Tin Cow, which if you're in downtown Pensacola, you want a damn good burger, go to the Tin Cow. It's really, really good. So I went down to the Pensacola Little Theater and did the Nick Zano and Matt Ryan Legends of Tomorrow panel. Awesome. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. Perfect. And the nice thing was about the Pensacola Little Theater, they never give you any, I've never had any problems using my tripod there at that location. And the place where I set up at, there's an outlet there. So I'm able to plug in, don't have to use any battery life off of my camera. It's awesome, perfect, works great. And was able to film that panel with no problems. So after I got done with that, I went back up to the Bay Center because, like I said, I had my professional photo op at 3:05 with the Matt Ryan and Nick Zano for the Legends of Tomorrow dual photo op. And as I was saying earlier, the company that took over doing the professional photo ops, Epic Photos, I was overall impressed with them. Initially the guy's like, okay, I'm like, well, where's the VIPs going to be at? He's like, well, it really doesn't matter. It's only going to be, seconds. It doesn't matter if you're in front or not. And I'm like, yeah, it kind of does. I paid to be a VIP. So yeah, but they didn't give me much problems on that. And I was pretty much first in getting things done. So that was cool. But very professional. They were very quick on stuff. They had your photo printout pre-daggum quickly. I did pay the $10 extra to get a digital copy of the photos, and those were emailed pretty quick because when I got back to my hotel room that night, they were already sitting there in my email. So that was another nice thing. I didn't have to go to a site and download it. So that was cool. So with that said, after I got the photo, I did a little more looking around. I headed to the Rex Theater for the Shazam panel with Michael Gray and John Davie. And the thing is that, and this is what I don't understand about my camera, my video camera, is that the footage I shot at the Pensacola Little Theater and the Rex Theater came out overall good. The footage at the Rex Theater is beautiful, 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 beautiful. But it's the Sager Theater panels, which I did Sunday. The video it looks a little grainy. But I was able to use my tripod at Sager, so that's a big difference. So I'm kind of going off left field here. So let's get back to Saturday. So after that, I went to back to the Bay Center for my Shazam Photo Op that I had paid for. So I did that. That was at 5:25. I did that. After I did the Shazam panel, I looked around just a little bit, and then I headed down to the Atlas House. The first time I went to Pensacon in 2015. I ate there with a friend, and I got hooked on that. So it's a tradition when I go to Pensacon, the Saturday night I go to the Atlas House to eat. So my plan is I was planning on after eating at the Atlas House, I was hoping to get done before 7 so I could go and film the cosplay costume contest, but I didn't get done until 7:20. At that point, it was pretty much already into the I'll get it out here. It was already into the cosplay costume contest, so I just went on and went back to the Bay Center. I went to the hotel to do a trivia contest, nerdy, I think it's what they called it. nerdy trivia. I was like, okay, I'll give that a try. I wasn't impressed with the way they had things set up. You couldn't understand the questions. You had one moderator who was reading questions. He would mumble. You couldn't understand what he was saying. Things weren't very clear. And half the categories were like categories that I think half the audience didn't even know. So I wasn't very impressed with that. That's probably one I'll never do again. So after doing the nerdy trivia, that was my wrap up for Saturday evening, and I went back to my hotel room and got stuff posted and everything. So Sunday was nothing but panel day. That's where the big panels were going on, and that's where I spent most of my time doing panels. I got on the vendor's floor, made some purchases on the vendor's floor, and then I went and headed straight down to the Cigarette Theater, which I'm glad I did, and got in line. So I got inside for the Weird Al panel, which was at 11. The Cigarette Theater is in downtown Pensacola. It was, I think, built in 1995, and they said, I think it's like 12,000 people. Give or take. I could be off on that, but the bottom line is that place was packed. They were filling the balcony up. It was a lot of fun. The Weird Al panel was a lot of fun. I was able to use my tripod the whole time at Cigarette Theater. That was super nice. But the thing that was irritating is that instead of having people go up to a mic to ask questions, they had two moderators in the aisles going back and forth with microphones, and this one lady stands in front of my camera and stands there with her back to the camera for 5 minutes. It was so irritating, but what can you do? So when I post that video, I'm going to take out the video of her back and just use still shots of Weird Al is what I'm going to have to do. So after the Weird Al panel, my friend who couldn't attend Saturday and Friday. He had another engagement that was more important that he didn't need. He wanted to do because it was more important than Pensacon, and I understand. But he beat me there Sunday. He had bought a VIP pass along with me, but he was only able to come Sunday. So after we did the Weird Al panel, we went and ate back at the Tin Cow. He didn't know I had already ate there, but we went there and ate anyway. So after we got done eating at the Tin Cow, we went back to the Cigarette Theater. He did the Star Wars panel. I opted to do the Justice League animated panel that was up in the meeting room. That was with George Newbern, Susan Eisenberg, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce the lady's name because I'll butcher it wrong. The actress who did the voice of Hawkgirl. So that was a fun panel. There was this cute little girl that was dressed as Hawkgirl, and I mean the costume looked really cute. But that was fun. So once that panel was done, I went back down and came in for the Alex Kingston panel, and that was in the main stage at the Cigarette Theater. That panel was a lot of fun. She was just witty and wonderful. And because I couldn't get there to get at the normal place I sit up at, I had to set up a different section, which actually worked out pretty well. So, now, like I said, the William Camp panel got canceled, which I triple verified that was the case. So I stayed and did the Titanic panel with Billy Zane, Jonathan Hyde, and David Warner. And that was a lot of fun. Then, of course, the last panel of Pensacon, which the last event, and that was the classic Doctor Who panel with Lisa Boulderman, as I said earlier, who did the voice of Bernie Summerfield in the Doctor Who audio dramas. Kate Manning, who played Jo Grant in Doctor Who during John Pertwee's years as the third Doctor. And, of course, the eighth Doctor himself, Paul Mcgann. That was just super fun. I had, Paul, like I said, I really enjoyed Paul Mcgann as the Doctor. I think he just got he didn't get a fair shake on the role as far as TV wise, because I just think that he's witty and wonderful. When he did that mini episode in 2013 for the 50th anniversary special, the Night of the Doctor, which we see the Eighth Doctor regeneration finally, and where he regenerates into the War Doctor. In those 7 minutes, you easily fall in love with the Eighth Doctor, and so, but his panel was just wonderful, and I really, really enjoyed it and had a great time. So, and Pensacon 2020 is already announced for. The dates are already been announced. Pensacon 2021 will be February 26th through the 28th. And they're going to be doing a Back to the Future reunion. And no, it's not the main cast members. To get Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd, I think is just going to be, they can't, it's not feasible. It's not feasible for Pensacon. It's not Pensacon is not Mcgann, people. I don't know why people can't get that through their thick skull. It is not like Mcgann. They just do not have a capacity to put on a convention like Mcgann. I'm just happy we have a con like Pensacon. So anyway, who's announced is Harry Waters Jr. He played, if I'm not mistaken, Marvin Berry, who's saying Earth Angel in Back to the Future. Claudia Wells, who played Jennifer Parker during the first movie. Donald Fully Love, I hope I pronounced that right. He played the mayor in Back to the Future. Elsa Raven, she played the old church bell lady, collecting money to restore the bell in the first movie. Jeffrey Weinsman, who took over the role of George McFly in parts 2 and 3 of Back to the Future. So I'm already looking forward to Pensacon 2021. Some guests that I would like to see come to Pensacon 2021. There's a few that come to my mind. I would say these are two reunions that I would really love to see. The first one is Lee Majors and Lindsay Wagner, the $6 Million Man and the Bionic Woman. I would really love to meet them. The next would be LeVar Burton and Will Wheaton, Geordie LaForge and Wesley Crusher. I have a bucket list, and one of those bucket lists is to get the autographs of the main cast members of Star Trek The Next Generation, excluding Patrick Stewart, which he hardly does conventions anymore, and he's not going to do a Pensacon, so that is a given. But the others, it's very possible. And actually, they all, with the exception of those two, have been to Pensacon. So the next reunion I would like to see, there's an old saying, there can only be one. Well, in this case, there can be two. And I'm referring to Christopher Lambert and Adrian Paul. In case you didn't know, Christopher Lambert was famous for playing Connor McLeod of the Clan McLeod in the Highlander film. Classic film, classic. And that led to spin-off sequel movies and a TV series that starred Adrian Paul as fellow Klansman Duncan MacLeod of the Clan MacLeod. That would be an awesome duo to get to see, and I would love that there. I wouldn't mind two people that I would love to see them get, and if they could get William Shatner, they should be able to get him, and that is George Takei, Sulu, because he's the only one of the original cast members still living that I need an autograph of. And my goal is to get all their autographs on 8x10s of their character from the episode Mirror Mirror, and I'm 3/4 of the way there. But also, I'd like to get Barbara Luna's autograph. She played Marlena Monroe, the captain's woman in Mirror Mirror. So, anyway, if you guys went to Pensacon, hey, leave me comments. What did you enjoy? I've seen some people's other videos because I kind of wanted to see what other people were saying about Pensacon. And one guy was talking about it not being like MegaCon. It's like, dude, if you're comparing Pensacon to MegaCon, you're going to be disappointed. Each con has its own unique identity, and that's what makes these cons so cool. You can't. It's like comparing an apple to an orange. It's apples to oranges, you know. Pensacon. This was my 6th year. I've had a great time. Going to go again for sure. It worked out great having the media pass, and I'm planning on getting apply for another media pass next year. Hopefully I'll get it. If I don't, I don't, but we'll see what happens. So anyway, guys, thank you so much. I will, next week, I'm going to hope to get the cosplay video put together and get that posted, and then I'll start working on some panels. Also, I want to do a video. I want to do a couple of videos. One of the videos I want to do is give my thoughts on the season finale of Doctor Who, specifically the season finale episode Timeless Child. I have a lot of thoughts on that and opinions. And then I'm going to try working on a video that I want to talk about the 6th Doctor, Colin Baker, because I think Colin Baker didn't get a fair shake, and I want to just give my thoughts and opinions on that. I'm trying to finish up the Blu-ray special, the Blu-ray Colin Baker years season 2 for him, and so I'm trying to finish that up. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. You guys are making this channel a success. It's slowly growing. We're over just a little over 200 subscribers. It's awesome. You know, I don't make no money doing this channel. I just do it for fun. It's a hobby. I enjoy doing it, and I just appreciate you guys enjoying my love for geek fandom. And so thank you guys so much. Catch you guys later. Gosh, I didn't realize this video was going to be so long, but this is just a wonderful Pensacon review. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you.